So on today's video, I'm going to show you how I embroider on some soccer backpacks. So I had a client that needed, I think 15 or 16 backpacks made. They provided them and they want the number. I've already done 3 of them, but they want the number up here on top. So I believe they got these on Amazon. They're about $20 each. They wanted the numbers embroidered on top. It is always risky when a customer provides you with a garment or the item. So if anything messes up, you're gonna have to run into like whose responsibility it is. Normally, I always tell people, hey, if you're providing me the garment or the backpack or whatever it is, and it messes up, it's not my fault. These embroidery machines, I don't care what brand it is, can be unpredictable. And sometimes you get bird nesting, sometimes, the frame moves. And as much as you want to control what happens on the machine, one time out of 100, and sometimes it messes up. So that's just the reality of embroidery. But always be upfront with your client and say, hey, if this messes up, like there's nothing I can do about it. Like I'm not responsible for paying you for the garment. Always, before taking on any custom orders, like backpacks or sweaters, or someone brings you a hat, whatever it may be, always make it clear who's going to be responsible. So if you want to take responsibility, that's fine, but just make it clear up front, because with embroidery sometimes things are kind of unpredictable. Back to the topic, we're making soccer backpacks, and I'm just going to walk you through my process and what I do with these. So like I said, these are customer provided backpacks, and customer requested the number on top. If you happen to order the exact same, backpack, I was able to color match this part and the thread. So if you do happen to order these, you're gonna need this number. So this is Bro Threads N264. So it's a very, very close match. I want to say it's literally identical. So in this case, I was able to match it, and we were between going either with white on top or this like neon green, but I kind of like the way it looks with the neon green matching the straps, or matching the zippers. All right, so 2 main tools you're gonna need for this are tearaway stabilizer. I bought this roll off of Amazon. It's a 1.8 ounce tearaway, and 1 sheet is actually good enough for this. Next up, I use a rolling cutter. This just helps with, fatigue whenever you're cutting lots of things during the day. Just rolling things and getting them cut helps out a lot. And then you're gonna need a hoop, and I use Mighty hoops for this. You can use traditional hoops, but if you know about Mighty hoops, these things make your life 10 times easier to hoop. So just a rundown of what you're gonna need for this. Now I'm gonna cut like a 9-inch strip of this. And that's the sheet I'm gonna use for the Mighty hoop. All right, so coming to our hooping station here, this is the 5.5 unit. So we're gonna put our Mighty hoop, piece of tearaway stabilizer, flip the flaps up here to secure it. And then let me go get the backpack real quick. So we grab our backpack, and then because these numbers are gonna go facing this way, you're essentially kind of hooping these backwards. So we're gonna face them this way. And I already measured this right here. These 2 are my reference points, these seams right here. So this whole thing is 10 inches. So the 5 is between the H and the A right here. So that's kind of what I'm gonna use as my guide to find the center point. So I put my 5.5 hoop up here. All right, so that's when it hooped. And then I usually, if there's any folds in here, I try to stretch them out a little bit just so we don't get any in our final design. And that's hooped for us already. So next up, we're gonna go to the machine and load this on. All right, so we go to our machine and we're gonna load our hoop. Next, we're gonna load our number. So the next number we're gonna do is, let's load it on here. Let's go with number 2. Now I already did a whole lesson on how to use these athletic numbers. I didn't digitize these. I bought them from Etsy and I loaded them to the machine. So I'm gonna link the video so you can go watch it if you're curious about how I got these numbers, because I don't digitize. I always either use Etsy numbers or hire out a digitizer. In this case, it didn't make any sense to hire a digitizer because they charged me $15 per number, and that makes no sense financially. So I went to Etsy, I bought a font for like $3. This is an athletic font, and I show you exactly what to do and how you can get these numbers. So, all right, so we got our number, got the number 2 right here. We're gonna select it, hit yes. And then right here, you're gonna notice, let me zoom in here. So this number is facing the correct way, right? Like this is considered a flat. So it's facing technically the right way, but our backpack is being embroidered backwards. So we don't want the number 2 facing us, or else it's gonna look backwards when we close this backpack up. We wanna flip the number. So to do that, you are going to look at this F right here, and you're gonna tap it, and that's exactly what we want. We want the number facing outside. So it's as simple as that. So we flipped our number, and then we hit yes. We go right here. And then my reference point again is between, this backpack has a logo on it. So between the H and the A. So my needle is number 6. So I'm just gonna move my hoop and be between the A and the H. And then I'm gonna run a trace on it just to make sure I like where it's gonna go. And it's a little too low for my liking, so I'm gonna raise this up, retrace. Close, it's still a little too low. Let's see. All right, and I'm liking where that is. Let's see. All right, once that's done, I'm gonna hit start, put it in confirmation state, and let this embroider out, so. All right, so once our design is ready, just pop it out of the hoop or the machine, and it is done. So we took our backpack out of the machine. All you gotta do now is take your Mighty Hoop off, and we're using tearaway stabilizer. So this, you just rip it off. And then with the lighter, we're gonna go ahead and just quickly clean the back up. So just back and forth. Again, just move it back and forth really fast. So this just helps tighten up the threads, because this is such a wide satin stitch. Sometimes a few of them can be a little loose, but this lighter helps tighten them up. So after that's done, all you gotta do is just sit this back up. So now we have our soccer backpack, and it's ready to give to our customer. So if you have any questions on doing soccer backpacks, you know, this whole process actually works the same for any backpack. Tearaway stabilizer, you hoop it, put it on the machine. So these are usually pretty easy to work on. So Again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Remember to subscribe. I try to put videos out semi-regularly, so I know how hard embroidery can be when you're starting out with little to no guidance. So these videos hopefully help out, anyone from beginner to intermediate to expert level embroidery. So thanks for watching.